Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to In the Office with Scott and Wallace. I'm Robert Scott.
I'm Clint Wallace. Happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone had a fantastic Labor Day weekend. I know that Hurricane Dorian has been a bear in the Caribbean, and our hearts go out to everyone in the Bahamas. It looks like, as far as the Florida coast and the Georgia coast are concerned, I think we may dodge the worst of it, but it's slowly moving northward, I think, now. But
Sure.
I hadn't really seen it. I actually just got off the phone with an adjuster talking about a case, so that's the reason we're running a little late today.
Okay.
But anyway, Clint, today we want to talk about, I guess, some common misconceptions or things people might not realize when it comes to our practice areas, and in particular, bringing a personal injury claim.
Okay.
And we've talked a little bit about these things on these segments, but for starters, if you would, hit on insurance premiums, when they go up and when they don't go up.
Yeah, a lot of people are concerned that if they bring a claim, it's going to automatically make their insurance premium go up. That's not the case. What makes an insurance premium go up is you being at fault for an accident. Okay. Another common misconception people have is they're in an accident and they've purchased uninsured motorist coverage, and that's the type of coverage that you pay extra for in case the person that causes the accident doesn't have insurance or doesn't have enough insurance. Sometimes we get people that say, well, I don't want to use my insurance. Well, if you've been paying a premium for that, that's the sole reason you've been doing so. And it doesn't make your insurance go up to bring an uninsured motorist claim because that's something you've been paying for.
Yeah, and I get that. I've talked about it. I mean, people spend a lot of their hard-earned money every year on insurance premiums. Right. And most of the time, you don't see any benefit of that. You don't need your insurance. Right. And so when the time comes around, you find yourself, unfortunately, in a situation where you've been in an accident and it's not your fault. As Clint just said, now's the time to get something for all the money you've been paying.
Yeah, right.
You've paid for that coverage, and certainly using coverage that you've been paying for is not going to make your insurance come up, rise, I should say. So,
sure.
And the studies, again, if you want to go, I guess, watch a little bit more about this in detail. I did a segment on this probably about a month ago, where I ran through a variety of reasons why an insurance carrier may raise premiums. And so that's there for you if you want to see it. But as Clint said, one of the main things is if you're at fault for an accident, that could make your premiums go up.
Sure.
But even then, as we've talked about, what do you want to do? Maybe go shopping, right?
Yeah. so there's hundreds of insurance companies out there.
Yeah, and a lot of them would love to take your money and really not have to do anything for it.
Yeah.
Right.
So how about another common misconception is that I don't have very much money. I can't come pay you by the hour. So one of the things I guess we've taken for granted, because it's the way we've always taken cases, is on a contingency fee. And what that means is that there's no fees or costs to hire us, or we don't charge anything unless we make a monetary recovery for you. Right. And so it happens. We do it every day. So like I said, we take it for granted, but I can't count on one hand the number of people that have come in and said, I start to get their checkbook out. How much do I owe you? And we say, hold on, this is how we get paid. So, sure.
You want to talk a little bit more about percentages and how that kind of stuff works?
Yeah. So our percentages are third for pre-suit recovery, which means that we've settled your case without having to file a lawsuit. If we have to file a lawsuit, then the fees increase to 40% because there's a lot more of our time and our money involved in our litigated cases. And statistically, about 95% of cases settle pre-suit. So by far the vast majority of them are for the third legal fee.
That's right. And that's, we actually, something you may not know about us, we actually practice in 3 states. Right. Our standard contingency fee agreement, it comes straight from the Florida Bar's website. We're licensed not only in Florida, but Georgia and Alabama. Some bars are more active than others. Right. Florida is one of the more active bars, and they have come out with a standard contingency fee agreement or contract that lawyers who practice using contingency fees should offer their clients. And so that's exactly what we do. And because that contract works for our clients in Florida, that's the same contract we use in Georgia and Alabama as well.
Yeah. Versus some firms that charge a straight 40% or even higher in Georgia and Alabama for those cases.
Right. And so that's been deemed reasonable. There's other firms that in Florida that will charge a straight 40%. Now that has to be court approved to be deemed reasonable. And usually, those are more complicated cases, medical malpractice cases or private liability cases. But there are firms that charge a straight 40%. But again, we honor the Florida bar's recommendation, and so that's what we use in all 3 states we practice in.
Okay, yeah. How about another question? Sometimes people, they've heard a little bit about it, or maybe they know about it, but how many days do you have to go get treatment with a doctor?
Yeah, so, well, first of all, as we talked about, you should go get treatment. You have every right to go get treatment if you've been in like an accident or suffered a slip and fall, or you have complications following a surgery or whatever, and you have every right to go get treatment. You should go do that and do it as quickly as possible to protect your health. I mean, that's always the priority. But in Florida, there is a statute. It's our no-fault statute. And we've talked a lot about personal injury protection, or PIP. And in that statute, there is a requirement that you get medical treatment within 14 days of an accident. If you don't do that, then you can lose access to the PIP. Doesn't mean that you can't bring a claim, or you're saddled from then on out with your own medical bills. But what most people would expect, if you're in an accident and it causes an injury, you generally are going to have some symptoms within 2 weeks, and so that makes a lot of sense. And we've certainly resolved cases where our client didn't get treatment within the first 14 days. So if you were in an accident and, like I've talked about, try to tough it out and didn't get treatment within the first 14 days, don't think you can't call us for help. But that's what that's all about when it comes to a time limitation on getting treatment, especially in Florida, because that's the law here.
Okay, yeah, you're right. I got another misconception is, if I call your firm, are you going to be the one handling our case? And at our firm, the answer is yes. If you call and have a personal injury claim, then Robert or I, or likely both of us, are going to be the ones handling your claim. When you call, you get to talk to us. We meet with you directly. Not all firms are like that. If you see somebody's billboard ad or TV commercial, that may be that's somebody at their firm. That doesn't mean that's going to be the person you're going to be working with.
Correct. Yeah. If you've seen one of our advertisements, you've seen a TV commercial, one of our billboards or something like that, you're looking at the people who are going to be handling your case. That's not necessarily the case for other firms. So you should ask. If you're considering hiring a lawyer or a law firm, ask. Are you the lawyer that's going to be handling my case? If I call you, do I get to talk to you? And that's a fair question. And so we welcome that question here at Scott & Wallace. So
With that, we got some clients coming in. So why don't you wrap it up with what do we got going tomorrow, Robert?
So we're continuing our partnership with Leon County Schools. We were so happy to participate with the food pantry at Conley, and we're going to continue honoring our principals here in Leon County. So stay tuned. Tomorrow we'll be choosing another one.
Right.
So we're not going to announce that today, but we'll certainly announce it tomorrow. So pay attention to that.
All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Happy Tuesday, and we'll see you here. Actually, we'll see you tomorrow morning on our feed.
There you go.